Hi, my name is Nathan Kerr. I am the Senior Instructor for PMEC for Project Management classes. In this video, I want to go over what are the PMP certification requirements. The Project Management Professional, otherwise known as the PMP, certification requirements are a tiered validation structure that ensures you have the necessary education and work experience in order to be a project management professional. Meeting these requirements is the first step to obtaining PMP certification. Earning the PMP certification means you must qualify for the requirements in addition to studying for and passing the PMP exam. In this video, we will review the PMP certification requirements in detail. After this video, you should know if you are qualified to sit for the PMP examination or not. PMP eligibility requirements. The Project Management Institute, which is the governing body of the PMP and CAPM credentials, require that you meet some initial criteria before you are eligible to take the PMP exam. Candidates must meet several requirements to obtain PMP certification and sit for the exam. These criteria vary depending on your level of formal education. Candidates must complete the verification section of the application to apply to take the PMP exam. So, PMP certification in detail. First, there's the academic education requirements. You will be asked if you have a secondary diploma or a degree. You will need the name of the institution, the year you graduated, and the major for the application. If you have a bachelor's degree or equivalent, then you will need 36 months of unique, non-overlapping project management experience in order to sit for the PMP exam. You will also need 4,500 hours spent leading and directing projects or a portion of a project. You will also need 35 contact hours of formal project management education. If you have a high school diploma or an associate's degree or its equivalent, then the requirements become a little higher. There you will need 60 months of unique non-overlapping project management experience and 7,500 hours spent leading and directing projects, as well as the 35-hour contact hours of formal project management education. So what do they mean by project management experience? Project management is a serious profession that requires communication with multiple stakeholders throughout the life of the project and the ability to meet scope, schedule, budgetary, and quality requirements of a project. While delivering the scope of work, project managers must carefully handle communications, team morale, and attitudes, as well as manage the various expectations of different stakeholders. Having substantial experience in project management is one of the main requirements for PMP certification. So what do they mean by project management experience? Typically, the experience is in leading or directing projects or project deliverables. The project management experience hours required must not be overlapping. So, for example, working as a full-time project manager with 2 projects at the same time for 2 months equals 2 months of experience, not 4. The hours of project management experience are cumulative across all process groups and within the last 8 years to be counted on the PMP application. So working as a full-time project manager with 2 projects at the same time for 2 months would equal 320 hours of experience. Again, you can only count 1 project at a time. They cannot be overlapping. So what is leading and directing a project? It means that you have performed the role of a project manager and managed a complete project, or that you have managed part of a project, maybe as an assistant project manager. Essentially, it means that you should have done some of the tasks that are listed in the PMP exam content outline. So let's discuss formal project management education. Project management requires advanced knowledge and understanding of project management tools, techniques, and processes. According to the PMP Credential Handbook, the PMP exam, quote, objectively assesses and measures experience, education, and professional knowledge, the foundation of competent practice as a project manager, unquote. There are 10 knowledge areas that a project manager has to be proficient in order to pass the PMP certification exam. These knowledge areas are tested in 5 different project management process groups. In order to pass the PMP certification exam, a PMP candidate must score above a proficient level in these project management process groups. So let's define what formal project management education is. You will need to show 35 contact hours of project management education in order to be able to sit for the project management professional examination. The 35 hours of project management education requirement can be fulfilled by our PMP certification training. So what is a contact hour? 1 hour of classroom instruction equals 1 contact hour. If you attend a 9-hour-long session with breaks in between, then you can claim 9 hours minus the break time as contact hours. You may use educational hours from college programs. However, they are harder to prove. There is no time period or expiration on contact hours. These hours can be accrued from classroom courses or online training workshops. Our boot camps suffice for the full 35 contact hours needed. So let's talk about pre-application readiness. Prior to attending our course, you may complete our PMP Readiness and Overview course. This course will give you more information about the information required to pass the PMP exam, the PMP examination process, the application process, and the steps for maintaining your certification. This online training option satisfies the required 35 contact hours of project management training and allows our students to complete their application and receive eligibility approval prior to attending our PMP certification exam bootcamp course. So what happens if you do not meet the PMP certification requirements? Well, if you do not meet the PMP certification requirements, you can work on obtaining the additional education and work experience needed, or you might consider starting your career in project management with a Certified Associate of Project Management, or CAPM certification. CAPM certification, commonly known in the profession as CAPM, is an entry-level to mid-level project management certification offered by PMI. The CAPM certification is very valuable and respected by employers as well when they are looking for project management candidates. So let's go over the CAPM requirements. There are CAPM certification requirements you must satisfy, but they are not as rigorous as PMP eligibility requirements. For example, having a high school diploma and attending our PMP or CAPM bootcamp will normally satisfy all the requirements you need in order to sit for the CAPM exam. The CAPM content is similar to that of the PMP exam. However, the questions on the examination are much easier and require far less comprehension of the process groups and their application. If you start your project management career by getting CAPM certified, you will be familiar with PMP exam process as well as being better positioned later to obtain PMP certification. You will also have filled 21 of the 35 contact hours of education requirements. Our CAPM certification bootcamp is designed to fully prepare you for the examination, along with the administrative steps such as completing the application and submitting your contact hours. In summary, regardless if you are an experienced project manager wishing to certify as a PMP or a more entry or mid-level project manager and wish to certify as a CAPM, PMEC can help you achieve your goals. For more information about the eligibility documentation, please review the PMP certification requirements within the Project Management Professional Handbook. This free guide is available from the Project Management Institute's website. Within it, you'll find a detailed description of the PMP certification, an explanation of who is eligible to apply, and the processes to apply. It covers everything you would ever need to know about the exam from an administrative point of view. So are you ready to get started? If your work experience and education meet the qualification and requirements, we'd love to help you get started on your application and on the way to passing your exam by enrolling in one of our public PMP certification bootcamp classes. We offer classes in over 20 cities nationwide and anywhere live online. Our instructor-led courses cover all aspects of the examination, as well as extremely helpful test-taking strategies and even exam simulators after the class to make sure you are fully ready to sit for your exam.